Well, there could be closure yet for the kin of the Uphaar blaze victims 18 years ago. In fact, the Supreme Court has allowed the prosecution to file a review petition in the case. CBI is expected to do so in the next few days. This a day after the court had let off the Ansal group brothers in the 18-year-old case, fining them 60 crore rupees for the deaths of 59 people in the 1997 blaze. This after Harish Salve, the special public prosecutor in the case, told the Apex Court that he needed an extra 15 to 30 minutes to argue the matter. According to Harish Salve, the CBI was not given proper time to argue its case and thus has asked for more time to raise more aspects regarding the case. Harish Salve argued that the Supreme Court has the power under Article 142 to hear the CBI despite a previous formal order. Supreme Court in reply has said that it will not be proper and appropriate to hear the matter anymore and parties will have to file a review on this ground. The court made it clear that it has already pronounced the order and cannot give more time.
I have with me Neelam Krishnamurthy. Recently, Harish Salve just now at the Supreme Court mentioned the Uphaar matter once again for hearing, giving the ground that CBI was not given enough time and even the victims were not given enough time to be heard. However, the Supreme Court has asked them to file a review petition. Neelam, now the gate for a review petition is open for you. As Harish Salve pointed out, you do have legitimate grounds to go forward. Seeing here, do you have any further hope? What will be your plan forward from here on?
First of all, I'm very disappointed that the judges didn't even agree to give CBI half an hour to argue when they've given the entire day to Mr. Ramjet Falani to argue. It should have been granted because the victims are only represented by the states. How many victims in this country can actually afford a counsel? So if you don't want to listen to us because we were snubbed by the court yesterday, at least listen to Mr. Salve. So it's very disappointing that they've not heard us. And since now the review gates were always open to us earlier also. So, anyway, now we have no choice but to file a review. Since the CBI is going to file the review, so of course, the CBI will file, we'll also file.
Right, absolutely. So the victims would once again be represented in the court and you still have hope that the judiciary will listen to the concerns raised by you?
I just hope they give us a hearing. That's the only thing. I just hope they give us a hearing because we have not been heard at all.
Thank you so much for giving your time. That was Neelam telling us that certain aspects of this matter have still not been heard. With camera person Shakil, this is Anusha Soni for India Today.
Anusha joins us for more on this. Anusha, if you could just explain this to us. Now the CBI has been given more time to, file that review petition, or is it the petitioners? Just explain this for us.
See, any judgment that comes from the Supreme Court, if the petitioners or the party concerned thinks that there are certain aspects of the case that still need to be raised, they can always file a review petition. In this case, what Harish Salve was today telling the Supreme Court was that under Article 142 of the Indian Constitution, which is earlier invoked in the Sahara case, the Supreme Court has extraordinary powers to listen to a party despite the fact that there is a formal order that has come out. However, the Supreme Court refused to grant an exception and they said that if you have these grounds, go forward and file a review petition. Please note that the review petition will be heard by the same judges, the same bench of 3 judges, which gave the judgment yesterday in the Uphaar case.
All right. Now, the news from the Supreme Court definitely has come as a huge blow and a disappointment to all those people who lost their loved ones in that tragedy. But Anusha, talk about that 60 crore fine that has been imposed on the Ansal brothers. Is that, money as compensation, or would that go to some other people?
Yesterday in the court, in the Supreme Court, victims represented by very senior lawyer KTS Tulsi made it very clear that they are not interested in receiving any more compensation or any money. What they want is a fair trial and these people should be given a sentence. That was their very clear demand. Keeping this into mind, the Supreme Court, when they gave the orders yesterday, they said that this 60 crore will go to the Delhi government. The Delhi government, acting on behalf of the government and the petitioners in this case, will set up a trauma center and this money will be utilized there. But the victims in this case have clearly refused to take any money, and as Neelam was earlier speaking to us and telling to us, there is no change in that stand. They are not ready to take that money.
All right. Anusha, thanks for joining us. Victims there of the Uphaar tragedy once again keeping on with their fight. In fact, a review petition will be filed later on in the Supreme Court.